there was a report just yesterday that said the SpaceX valuation ballooned to 2.6 trillion, and it briefly passed Amazon. And so
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you, Tom. Did you see Sean's post? He's like, we need to do a potty mouth disclaimer. Folks, for those that are new, this is not a family-friendly program, and we have some opinions today. So just so you know, if you have little kids, I'm not like, we're not going to go on crazy rants or anything, but
no,
we are not filtering ourselves, and we have strong opinions on the news this week.
Okay. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. So, but the point is, these are kind of back-to-back things. So you have one day where it says the valuation balloons to 2.6 trillion. It passed Amazon briefly, but it was only briefly in the last day and a half. It has kind of clawed that back. In fact, in the futurism, it says SpaceX stock had quite a bad night.
Yeah.
And so I haven't actually ended up getting any shares yet because of this, because my broker, whom you know, he said, I'm not going to chase that. We agreed on a certain price we thought was good.
Right.
And and so we had and so he said, okay, I'm going to do a put option. I'm going to drop to a certain price. I'll buy it that way. I don't have to risk a little cash to do the put option for the next month or so. And so I'll end up with some shares and probably at a reasonable price, but buying the dips, that's what I always say. But this is the kind of stock that's so volatile right now in its early days. You'll have a dip one day and a boing the next.
I want to actually look at this for a second.
Okay.
So, this is just a weekend, right? A weekend.
Not even that.
Well, right. Not even that.
Days, and actually only 4 business days in.
Right. Crested over 200. Max was 219. Let's call it 220 for simple math. But this is not getting enough attention. Yes, this is 6 days old. This is 4 days of trading, whatever. But it was only 5 weeks ago that they had a stock split, a 5-for-1 stock split, which priced the stock at $105.
Right.
So it has, if you take the high that came out 2 days ago, if you take the high, it is more than doubled in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
In 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. So it's cool that it's gone from 135 to 182-ish, but that's not the whole story. And I cannot believe people are not talking about this in conjunction with the stock split. So when Tom started the show, when you started the show, you're like, hey, there's 4,400 millionaires at SpaceX now, but the value went up. It doubled. So there may be a whole lot more than 4,400 that we don't know about.
Well, but then you go and look at that, and then you go and see, okay, it went up briefly past Amazon, but then a whole bunch of it got clawed back, and it actually lost 100 billion of value out of that 1.7 trillion in one afternoon.
Right.
So, those 4,400, they're bouncing up and down too, and they have a hold period. They can't start cashing in for a couple months.
Two people yesterday asked me my opinion on investing. And again, different disclaimer, Tom and I are no longer financial professionals. We were.
Right. We don't have a series anything.
We have series nothing anymore, right? So we are not qualified to give investment advice, nor should you take it. But I was saying weeks ago, like, well, I've changed my mind. I would do this. But my two different friends asked me yesterday. I'm like, I don't know. It's gone up 40% in 3 days, but I don't know what tomorrow looks like.
Right.
But I do know it's doubled in price in 5 weeks. And there are a hell of a lot more than the 4,400 people that are sitting at $1 million now.
Well, it went from that 105 you talked about up to 135 just hours before the open on Friday.
Right.
And it actually opened at 140, I think.
At 150. It opened at 150.
It opened at 150.
They priced it at 135. They delayed ringing the bell for a couple hours, and they opened at 150 because it was a feeding frenzy. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So good on them. Congratulations. Happy for everybody involved. I don't know what the future looks like. I don't.
Right. Joe Bistretto is with us. Welcome back, Joe. Always glad to have you here. He said, "Oh yeah, people are talking about the value of their SpaceX shares. The amusing thing about the SpaceX tape is the number of one-share trades. A lot of people are getting one share just to say they have it. You know, They don't care if it grows or not. They just want to have one because it's history. You know."
I had not noticed that. That's pretty funny. Did you know that the ticker symbol SPCE, Space, which is Virgin's, they had a 30% bump on the opening trade day because everybody thought they were buying SpaceX and they were buying Virgin. So a company that hasn't flown in 2 years had a 30% bump that day just by accident.